All right, welcome, True Crime Besties. Karen Reed's 2.0 trial begins tomorrow, and I know not everybody may know the story, so let's talk about the Karen Reed case. Karen's first trial really gripped Massachusetts and literally the nation. There's so many people who know about it, and I haven't met a lot of people who don't know about it. In January 2022, Boston police officer John O'Keefe was found dead in a snowbank outside a fellow cop's home in Canton. His girlfriend, Karen Reed, was charged with killing him. And the story is really simple and believable at first glance. She backed her SUV into him after a night of drinking, leaving him to freeze to death. She says she's innocent. The defense claims that she was framed by police in a cover-up. The first trial in 2024 ended in a mistrial, and it's a saga of scandal, sloppy policing, and screaming crowds. So let's recap. Okay, so John O'Keefe was 46 years old, and he was a 16-year veteran of the Boston Police Department. Karen Reed is 44, and she was a financial analyst and adjunct professor. She was his girlfriend of 2 years. Their relationship was rocky, and on January 28th, 2022, they were bar hopping in Canton. Around midnight, they were invited to an after party at Brian Albert's house, another Boston cop. Karen drove her black Lexus SUV, dropped him off at 34 Fairview Road. She told police, "I wasn't feeling well, so I went to John's house to sleep." Simple enough. But that's also where the stories split. Next morning, around 6 a.m., Karen with two friends found John unresponsive in the snow outside Brian Albert's house. He had head trauma, hypothermia, scratches on his arm, and paramedics pronounced him dead. They took him in an ambulance where he passed away ultimately in a hospital. They claimed Karen said, "I hit him, I hit him, I hit him," 3 times. Jennifer McCabe, Albert's sister-in-law, who was at the bars and the party, backed that up in the trial. She told jurors Karen was hysterical, saying, "I hit him," to a paramedic. But Karen's defense attorney, Alan Jackson, pressed her pretty hard on that. He said, "You told the grand jury Karen asked, 'Did I hit him?' Now it's a statement. Which is it?" But Jennifer McCabe stuck to her story. Now, prosecutors painted a pretty clear picture. Adam Lally told the jury Karen Reed, drunk and angry, reversed her SUV into John O'Keefe, causing catastrophic head injuries, then fled, leaving him to die in a blizzard. They pointed to a broken taillight on Karen's SUV, pieces found near John's body, and her blood alcohol level estimated above the legal limit. A crash expert said the taillight caused striations on John's arm. He was holding a glass when he was hit, which ended up shattering. Karen's voicemails to John that night also didn't help. He was screaming, "I effing hate you," at 12:37 a.m. But the defense flipped the script, alleging a massive police cover-up. Alan Jackson said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is a frame job. John was beaten inside Brian Albert's house, mauled by their German shepherd, Chloe, and dumped outside." They called Dr. Frank Sheridan, who was a retired forensic pathologist, who testified, "John's head injuries don't match a car strike. His arm scratches look like dog bites." Crash experts from ARCA, hired by the Department of Justice, added the SUV's damage doesn't align with hitting a 200-pound man. The defense hammered sloppy policing, blood scooped with plastic cups, stored in a paper bag. Lieutenant Paul Gallagher admitted it's not standard, but the snow forced us to improvise. Interesting. But the bombshell came with lead investigator, Trooper Michael Proctor, and that was wild. On the stand, he read his own texts about Karen sent to colleagues. "She's a whack job," he wrote, adding an expletive. While searching her phone, he texted his boss, "No nudes so far." Proctor apologized, saying it was unprofessional, but it didn't affect the investigation. And the defense disagreed, and Jackson told jurors Proctor's bias taints everything. This is the thick blue wall of corruption. Another twist, Jennifer McCabe's phone. The defense claimed she searched Haas Long to die in the cold at 2:27 a.m., hours before John's body was even found. Then she deleted it. McCabe denied it, saying, I searched hypothermia at 6:23 a.m. when Karen asked me to after we found John. A forensic expert backed her, but there are a lot of people who are like, this is weird. Why delete anything if you are innocent, right? Because out of 4,560 something searches, Jennifer McCabe only deleted that one. So the 9-week trial had 70 witnesses, 600 plus pieces of evidence, and crowds in pink Free Karen Read shirts chanted outside Norfolk Superior Court. After 5 days of deliberations, the jury was deadlocked. The foreperson wrote, we're deeply divided by fundamental differences. Consensus is unattainable. Judge Beverly Cannoni declared a mistrial on July 1st, 2024, and Karen told Boston 25 News, I have nothing to hide. My life's on the line, and I'm being framed. Jurors later said they voted 12-0 to acquit on murder and leaving the scene, but split 9-3 on manslaughter. The defense pushed to dismiss those charges, citing double jeopardy, but Cannoni denied it. O'Keefe's family said, Karen's put us through hell. Her supporters, like Rita Lombardi. A second trial is set to begin tomorrow, but it began April 1st with new prosecutors, a bigger defense team, and even more eyes watching. Was Karen Read a drunken killer or a scapegoat for corrupt cops? That's for the next jury to decide.